there's one underneath that tree.
Southwest Texas Cibolo Creek Ranch, where Ron Spomer and Bushnell's Mark Schaefer hunt some unique whitetail and mule deer on this Winchester World of Whitetail.
It's just rough, hard country. You know, you've got to be tough to stay out here in it.
This is difficult because you've got to do a lot of scouting, and the deer blend in very well.
I'm gonna take it.
Winchester's World of Whitetail.
What a place for whitetails. First buck, a little spike. Watch what he does. He may lose to a bigger one. Yep, they're up higher in the oaks. Just as we were hoping. They're gray like a mule deer. Gray like the rocks. Hard to see.
We've found whitetails in some pretty unusual habitat here on Winchester's World of Whitetail, but I don't think any will be stranger than the Cholla cactus forest here in southwest Texas. There's a tiny little subspecies called the Del Carmen Mountains whitetail that has managed to adapt and live in this peculiar environment. There are mountains stretching up to 8,000 feet, and there are live oak trees growing there. That's probably what sustains these little deer. But we're gonna be scouring the desert, and Mark Schaefer from Bushnell will help us by looking for a desert mule deer. It's a twofer this week on Winchester's World of Whitetail.
Ron Spomer and Bushnell's Mark Schaefer are at the 30,000-acre Cibolo Creek Ranch near the Mexican border. The ranch lies in an ancient volcanic caldera, and in the days of the Texas frontier, it was the site of a fort to protect settlers from outlaws and Comanche warriors. Now it's prime habitat for a wide range of big and small game.
The Cibolo Creek Ranch began in 1857 with Milton Favor. We have elk, we have audads, we have mountain lions, we have whitetail deer, mule deer, chuckers, quail, you name it, we've got it.
This place is unique in our hunting because it's not like a lot of places in Texas where you just go get in a blind and by noon you've killed your animal that you need. Here you're going to have to work for it. And it's not a first day kill. You know, sometimes it takes us 2 or 3 days to get the animal that we're looking for.
Hey Ron, looks like we're all set. Everybody's ready out here. Yep, we're all ready to go.
Now you're gonna go with Robert?
Yep, I'm headed out to Robert.
My guy's ill, so I'm gonna have to go with myself.
Okay, good.
All right.
Good deal. So we're all ready. We're gonna head this way, I understand, and head for the mule deer on that way.
For a spring. They say they see this big whitetail over by this spring.
Good,
so.
good deal. I've been to this part of Texas before. It's been a few years, a number of miles straight to the north of here. But as I recall, really rugged country. A lot of hiking, a lot of walking up and down these mountains and hillsides. The country itself is rough and unforgiving. The terrain is tough. It's full of rocks. It's full of cactus, and it's full of every kind of bush and plant that wants to stick or stab you. So we're going to have to do a lot of work just getting in on these mule deer.
I see a buck down here. Yeah, he's a small buck. We're gonna have to get a better look and see if that's the one we want to shoot. Okay, wait a second, he just turned his head. He's too small. Yeah, he's a small buck. I don't think that's what we're looking for.
Oh, look at the javelinas.
Well, we're looking for some deer. I have some javelinas that are just right over here, 4 or 5 of them. They're probably going to wind us. They're starting to move pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead and get one. Okay, there goes another one. He's going up the hill. I think we can get on him. 2. Got him down 2. We'll have to
go over there and see what he looks like. We've got to be in here somewhere. There he is. All right. Make sure that he's expired. Yep. First javelina. All right. Nice looking animal. This is a collared peccary, and you can see his white collar that goes around his neck. And they're not really in the swine family, and the primary reason is because of these canines. Look at these here. Nasty, long canines. So we're not exactly sure what family they belong into, but this is a collared peccary or a Texas javelina. Things are heavier than they look. This is just fabulous out here. We're seeing Del Carmen mountain whitetail, desert mule deer, javelinas, and just the most beautiful country that I've ever been in my life.
As Schaefer hunts on for desert mule deer, Spomer hunts the small but rugged Del Carmen whitetail.
There's one right now. Might be a buck. It's a buck. Hey! Shoot. Let's run over there, see what we can get.
Winchester's World of Whitetail is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend, Ram Trucks, Guts, Glory, Ram. Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation, education, and ethical hunting worldwide. Bushnell, the new laws of performance. And by Mossberg, field-proven performance.
You know the only thing better than getting to hunt whitetails all fall? Getting to hunt them in a brand new Ram Outdoorsman truck. Now here's a crazy good storage idea. You know that old wasted space over the wheel wells on both sides? This Outdoorsman has put them all inside of this nice waterproof, rubberized gasket. You can stick your guns in there, you can put some dog food in there, you can haul just about anything in that space that you need to because it's going to stay dry. Keeps a lot of gear locked and out of sight. Perfect for handling firearms.
These little gray guys are hard to see in this stuff. It's just the best camouflage. And you have to look everywhere because the last doe and fawn got up right here in this wide open dry stuff instead of up in the oaks. Last year they were almost always in the oaks. Now I've seen 3 deer and they've all been in the open, in the middle of the day too. So I may have to reassess what I think I know.
Now, Ron Spomer hikes into the mountains after Del Carmen whitetail.
Yeah, these are the oak trees that they eat, little live oaks. They eat the nuts that fall off them, but they also eat the twigs and the leaves, apparently. I've seen them browsing on it. Here you can see they've nipped this off, that off, taken the ends off of them. Here's another one. So they've been in here browsing. See some tracks out in the desert as they started into this canyon. So we've got the oaks, now we just need water. And this suggests that there's always been a flow of water through here because there's hardly any vegetation growing in these rocks. Just hoping there's a pool somewhere because that'll tie it all together. There's got to be water getting close. Oh, here's the water. Yeah, here's a pool of water right in the rocks like it's supposed to be. Just like, oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, it's being used. It's pretty dirty, but hard to find any kind of tracks around. I can't believe they wouldn't be using it down here because you've got the oaks, you've got all kinds of isolation in this canyon. They can get up over there. I don't expect they have any trouble getting in and out of here, but I'd love to see some droppings so to confirm it. I gotta see what's at the base of that waterfall. Holy mackerel. Here's another one of these trees with the weird fruits on them. Yeah, almost out of here. Well, this little blind canyon wasn't quite what I was expecting. Did find the water, but didn't find much deer sign, so we scouted out a good area, and I think we can move elsewhere. I think we have to get even higher into more oak trees. That's probably what's missing. Got the water, maybe get some more oaks that they want. Hallelujah, brother. One of my favorite techniques is to glass and pattern deer. By watching from sometimes miles away, you can see where they're moving and you get an idea where they feed, where they bed, where they water, and where you need to be to intercept them, where to find them. And I'm just not finding enough deer here
put any kind of a pattern on it. They could go to that spring or way over to that spring or a cattle tank over here. That's not narrowing it down enough. I guess I just have to keep looking, keep covering country and glassing and try to find one that way. Where are they hiding? Better go down lower and look. Well, here's the water hole I've been looking for. Ooh, that's nice clean water too, wow. See, now I've been looking for water holes down in the creek and up in the springs in the mountains, and here's one right out on the flats. This explains why I'm seeing so many does out in these grasslands. Just does not strike me as typical habitat, but they must be coming down here to water. Yeah, there's track right there. They're definitely coming in here. Tracks all over. So now it's got to come down to a food source, and I can't find that either. I don't think there's any specific food source. They're just picking up little bits and pieces all over. Shoot. There's one right now. Might be a buck. A buck. Hey! Hey! Let's run over there, see what we can get.
After his first javelina, Mark Schaefer's after desert mule deer.
Got 2 bucks up on the hill. Both are good shooter bucks. We'd be happy to take either one of them.
He's fixing to move because that little deer is moving.
All right, I'm gonna take him.
Hard to believe this desert habitat is home to both Del Carmen whitetail and mule deer, but that's what Ron Spomer and now Mark Schaefer are hunting.
We had not seen a lot of mule deer the last couple of days. We'd seen a few, not the kind of bucks that we were looking for. We got around on the back side of this mountain. We saw 2 mule deer bucks going up over the top.
Got 2 bucks up on the hill. Both are good shooter bucks. We'd be happy to take either one of them. We're on the second one, the one on the left, but he's just not presented as a shot. He's giving us a straight-on shot, and now he's behind some brush. We're just gonna have to sit here and wait it out for a few more minutes, see if we can get the right kind of shot on him. We need to have him come a little bit to the left. He's behind the brush right now. We just need to have him come a little bit more to the left and turn sideways. He's straight on right now. That's not the kind of shot that we want. He's starting to move. He just went over the hill, so he's got no shot opportunity right here.
This is difficult because you've got to do a lot of scouting and the deer blend in very well. So in addition to having the right binocular out here, it's really important to have a laser rangefinder. And today I'm using the Bushnell Scout 1000 with ARC.
What do you think we should do now?
Well, we can stalk them here.
Right.
Or we go look for some more and then come back here a little later.
Okay. Well, I'd like to give this a chance. There's 2 good deer up there. Let's see if we can get them.
Let's go.
Okay.
I regularly hear that whitetails are remarkably adaptable, and that's because they are. They'll live way up in the boreal forest, almost up where moose and bears and big ravens are the only animals, but they'll also be way down in the Florida Keys and out in the deserts. But a lot of ranchers would rather see big mule deer. Others are realizing whitetails are not only tougher than mule deer, and they survive better, but they adapt to the new habitats that the ranchers have themselves put in. So if they're planting corn down on the river, some alfalfa fields and some wheat fields, you've got to expect whitetails to be there. It's not that they're necessarily out competing the mule deer, it's just that we're providing the habitat that they love and they're going to thrive in it. So whether it's a dry pine forest environment or a wet swamp or a deep canyon, somehow our whitetails, like us, learn to survive in the craziest and hardest places. And I think that's why we love them so much. They just are tough and adaptable for the all-American deer.
Came in as quiet as we could given the terrain, the cactus and all the rock and everything, but it's a little tough, it's a little brittle out here, but we thought they were right down in here, and they still could be. It's pretty thick, pretty tall, but they're not where we thought they'd be, so. Two opportunities here with 2 nice bucks, but we're not done yet. They could still be in the area.
That's the deer we saw just a while ago.
It's a nice buck. I needed for him to just turn his head back a little bit.
You don't have a clear shot on him?
I got a nice broadside shot.
He's fixing to move because that little deer is moving.
All right, I'm gonna take him.
You hit him. He's down.
Yeah. Oh, we made a great shot. Beautiful deer. He's right down over here. Really excited to see my first mule deer.
Oh, here he is, right there.
You got him?
I got him right
Oh,
there.
there he is. Terrific. What a brute. Gee whiz.
This your first mule deer?
First mule deer.
Good job. Good
Thank
job.
you. How old a deer do you think this is, Robert?
That deer looks to be, he's probably between 7 and 8 years old.
Really? Just a big, heavy horned desert mule deer. Perfect symmetry. 8 points, nothing broken off. Robert, I can't thank you enough. Terrific time.
You bet.
Great
Glad
hunt.
to be with you on your first deer.
Yes.
Mule deer.
Thank you so much.
This is an amazing place, and to be able to hunt mule deer means that you're hunting out west, which is a very different and very unique type of hunt environment. This is a unique place in itself, and from the historical standpoint, from a geological standpoint, it's like no other place in the world.
Oh, Mark, you got one.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, we were successful. Thank
Nice
you.
one, too.
Yeah, it was terrific.
He's a big neck on him. That's a fully mature deer, I think.
Yeah, my first mule deer. I'm very excited.
You're kidding? That's
Yeah.
your first mule deer?
Yeah.
Double congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a beauty.
A beauty for Mark, but Ron's Del Carmen quest continues.
Yeah, there's got to be a deer out here some. Oh, what's that? Oh, there's one underneath that tree. That's a buck. We can take that guy.
Winchester's World of Whitetail is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend, Ram Trucks, Guts, Glory, Ram, Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation, education, and ethical hunting worldwide, Bushnell, the new laws of performance, and by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession.
I'm thinking that buck that spooked over the hill wasn't all that spooky. And he may bed down again down in these bottoms, but he's got to be in this draw somewhere. So I just need to pick this place apart. And if I can't find him bedded in all these little nicks and crannies, I got to get up high tonight and watch this area. Because I just don't think he cleared out. I think he just ducked in, got out of sight, calmed down again. I hope so. Boy, I'm surprised how many deer are down in this dried up old desert. Cholla and mesquite and dead grass, and the whitetails are here instead of up in the oaks. It's crazy. Oh, man. Yeah, there's got to be a deer out here some. Oh, what's that? Oh, there's one underneath that tree standing in the shade. Got tall antlers, but looks almost like a mule deer, but that's a whitetail body. Yeah, the ears are short. Oh, yeah, that's a whitetail. Looks like a mule rack on him, but that's a buck. We can take that guy. Okay, I'll crawl right up here and shoot him. He went right down. Oh, Del Carmen Mountain Whitetail, we finally found you. There he is. Oh, look at that, right by a cholla. Look at this guy, a little forkhorn. Now, it's not very often I shoot a forkhorn, but a Del Carmen Mountain Whitetail, that forkhorn is probably a fully mature animal. His body sure looks like it. Got pretty decent mass on. Now, of course, they'll get a lot bigger than this, but this is only about a 120, 130-pound animal. But his brisket, heck, his stomach is hanging lower than his brisket, and that's usually the sign of a fully mature old deer. There's no more question. That is a white-tailed deer. The Del Carmen's
Desert Mountains whitetail deer. What an animal.
To be able to hunt with somebody like Ron Spomer, somebody with his personality and his talent and his unique knowledge of the hunting area, and it really goes just beyond hunting. He has a really good understanding of the environment, what these deer are eating, where these deer are going, what's in their habitat, and what they're thinking, and that's really an advantage for any hunter.
That's not very many places where you can hunt a mule deer and a whitetail at the same time, but to be able to hunt a desert mule deer subspecies and a whitetail subspecies at the same time, Mark gets his first mule deer and he gets a desert mule deer, and I get a Del Carmen mountain whitetail. What a special hunt it's been here on Cibolo Creek Ranch in southwest Texas.
I think this is a uniquely Texan way of hunting deer.
I do too. We sit by the spring where there's cool water and grass and wait for them to come in.
And swing in a hammock while we're doing it.
And so it takes 2 days.
Ah.
Who cares?
Where are you, dear? Where are you, dear? I'd like to see a buck, but all I see are cactus plants. I think I'm out of luck.